let me share with you a killer value proposition epiphany that I had. It came out of nowhere and in fact was a complete surprise, contrary to what my thinking was when I began working with this particular client. As most of life's little lessons are, they strike you square in the eyes when you're least expecting it. And this one was a bullseye. You see, I was working with a client who developed a very horizontal service offering. That means commodity. They were in a highly competitive space with lots of offshoring going on. The pain of globalization was eroding their margins and putting companies out of business. Offshore sources, despite being 14 time zones away and speaking strained English, were taking away their market share at a precipitous pace. In fact, the firm itself was considering outsourcing some of its own work to offshore companies. So it was with these challenges facing them that we began working together on a project to develop their killer value proposition, one that would resonate with old customers and new ones, and one that would win them customers that weren't simply buying on price, which was originally expected to be the top issue. What happened was we interviewed their customers to find out what was their killer value proposition. And you can imagine our utter surprise when not one person mentioned ROI, cost savings, or profits. The customers were almost speaking Greek compared to what the company told us. You see, the top items that came back from very carefully crafted customer surveys. And by the way, these surveys were handled directly by my team, not a telemarketer or some generic email survey. These results that came back were stunning to us. The results were trust, reliable, peaceful. They're organized, they're accessible. There's a single point of contact. They're only a phone call away. They have a respected leader. Now, none of these are traditional marketing magnets or value proposition keys for attracting new customers, but all of them were at the top of company after company that we spoke to's list. And this allowed this particular client to charge 2 or 3 times as much money as their competitors for the exact same work. So the question is the softer side of marketing and value really effective? Yes, absolutely. And let me share with you the rest of the epiphany. What we did is we tested this message out on potential prospects right after we did the research and refined this company's killer value proposition. 8 days into the project, we tested this message on a new prospect. And our client closed a nearly 6-figure deal with that company in 2 weeks over the phone. Now, maybe that was normal during the .com boom, but not today. But it can be again. You just need to be sure you have the right KVP components. So which are the right ones? The ones your customers tell you when you use our KVP roadmap. So let's talk about fundamentals. What are the secrets behind what makes this work? You see, logic makes people think, but emotion makes people act. All things being equal, people lean towards decision making at a gut level. And especially in this age of uncertainty and at times fear, emotion plays a much, much bigger role in your marketing, your selling, and your killer value proposition than you think. So one of the problems you're probably going to have is that beyond the obvious components in your killer value proposition, when you interview your customers, you're going to have to listen and hear the very subtle and intangible messages they give you on why they bought. If you miss these, your product or service will not sell as well as you hoped. But if you hear them and you learn them and you incorporate them into your marketing and sales message, watch out.